Hello and welcome to how to flip learning using screencast-o-matic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put a very kind of basic step-by-step kind of program on how you can use screencasts to flip learning. So the start of this obviously is going to be very simple. I'll be able to go through it pretty quickly. Now I've given you some Cornell note headings. If you could just make sure you write a little bit about each one of those. I've tried to make it explicit which bits I want you to write about. Okay, so starting off, first point, obviously you have to Google screencast-o-matic. When that happens, you click onto screencast-o-matic. Following that, you'll get this. So screencast-o-matic, what is it? Okay, so basically it is kind of a mechanism used to create and share recordings. Now these recordings can be PowerPoints, they can be Word documents, they can be split screen, PowerPoint to Word documents, depending on which way you want to use it. So ultimately, when you've got screencast-o-matic as your Cornell note taking Cornell heading, if you could just make a note that it's kind of mechanism used to create and share recordings, it can be done via PowerPoint or Word. Now moving on from that, once you've got here, your first thing you will do is you'll press start recording. Okay, so you click onto this bit here. From there, okay, you come down to the next bit. Now when you get to this bit, you've got two options. I mean, you can kind of download launcher here. What I tend to do is go for this bit. So once you get onto, you press start recording, is to go onto here to download the full app install. So you click onto that. Now basically what that does is that will kind of install the app onto your kind of desktop and in your settings, so you've got it on your computer. Now if that's on a laptop at home, it will stay there permanently. If that's at college, it'll be wiped every time you turn your computer off. Now obviously, you know, if you're doing 2 or 3 screencasts in one go, it's worth doing, and I think it's just a little bit quicker. So once you've done that, obviously download full app install. You just need to talk about the fact that this will allow the screencast-o-matic software to be installed on your desktop. That'll be your Cornell notes. Then if you go on from there, once you've done that and you've clicked on this, you'll move on to this section here. So once you're doing that, you just click on download install. What will happen from there is you'll have this little bit come up here. It'll take about 10 seconds or so. So to install screencast-o-matic, this process, it'll take 10 seconds, okay, roughly. Once you've done that, your next job then is obviously to click on there. Once you've clicked on there, you'll come onto this bit here, click next. From the next, you'll then come to here. Once that's happened, you press the finish button here, and then from there you'll move on to it will give you an option. Now you've got 3 options here. You've got a pro recorder, site license, and a free recorder. Now under your Cornell note headings for this free recorder, it's worth making a note of the fact the free recorder only allows kind of verbal narration over the top of a PowerPoint, Word document, diagram, etc. It doesn't allow video clips. In order to do that, you'd have to pay and use a pro recorder. Okay, so that will allow kind of video and audio sounds to come within it other than your own voice. Okay, so that's something that you could have a play around with maybe if you were really keen on it. Moving on from there, so once you've clicked on your free recorder, you'll then move on to, you'll come up to this bit here, you'll come to a narration. So this is massively important, because what will happen is if you haven't plugged in your headset, or if you have plugged in your headset and you don't put on the correct narration, you're in trouble. Because when you come here, you click on, I've kind of put the thing there by mistake, you just click on this narration bit here, there's a little kind of option there. When that happens, you'll have 3 options. It might just be your kind of natural kind of microphone, and if you're doing it in college, you're not going to have one. You might have a microphone on your laptop at home, which you can use, but you need to kind of go on to here. We've got the Microsoft headset, so basically you go up, click onto that. Once you've clicked onto that, you must then click OK. Now I've done this in the past where I forgot to do this and ended up doing a screencast that was silent, because my laptop hasn't got a microphone. So you must make sure that you pick the correct microphone or headset when you're narrating. Okay, so that's the key thing on that one. Moving on from there, once you've done that, click OK. You can test it by speaking into it, and you'll have green kind of bars coming here. Then moving on from that, once you've got that, the final thing you need to do is you need to make sure that you adjust the frame. So if you look at these bits here, you can pull it as wide as you need it. For example, if this was on this bit here now, it will cut out all of that because you haven't put the frame. So if you've got a PowerPoint, you must make sure the frame is pulled out here. It's from these little bits here, you'll get the kind of option with the arrows to come down, likewise up and left to make sure you fit all of your PowerPoint in. Once you've done that, your final kind of point is to then press record. Okay, so when you press record, you'll get a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then you're ready to go. So that's your basic stuff on screencast-o-matic. That's how you use it. Hopefully you'll be able to have made notes on the key kind of Cornell area. It's just a little, whenever I've been talking, if you could just make quick notes on that, pause it and make a little bit of a note. Obviously not everything I say, because I will have gone off task slightly, but just the key bits of information that are required in order for you to move step by step through screencast-o-matic. And once you've done that, okay, what are we looking for? Okay, so the key things that I want to get across about screencasting and flipped learning is you must start small. Okay, it's really important that these screencasts are not too long-winded, because if they are, you'll lose people's attention, motivation to complete them. Now, I usually anywhere between 4 and 10 minutes, I would say, but you know, obviously some people are going to want to do slightly longer ones, so you're going to be looking at somewhere between, let's say, 4 and 15 minutes for a screencast. Okay, any longer than that, one, the free recorder doesn't go longer than 15 minutes, so you'd have to do it in 2 goes. Okay, but you know, I don't think the kind of concept here is to try and get everything across. So you're looking to get 4 to 15 minutes worth of kind of key information, the basic subject knowledge, okay, the key points that you want to identify and explain during a lesson. Okay, that's what you're looking for, so the students have that information. When do you use it? And if you're not comfortable in using this for every lesson, then you might start to think about using it for very difficult topics, okay, where you really want to make sure you come in. Now, the key feedback I've got from students is they never come into a lesson surprised by content. They only develop content they already know. So there's no surprises when they come in, because they know everything they're going to do. So if you're going to answer the question, start small, 4 to 15 minutes, and then when? But for a very difficult topic, it might be when you want to start using it to practice it. Going on from there, how to watch. It's important that you coach the kind of students how to watch it and pause it at the right times. After a point, pause, make notes, and then, you know, you're not going to miss anything. If they try and do it live, they will miss stuff. Going on from there, Cornell notes. Why are they important at the start of the lesson? It's absolutely vital that they write a key, aligning and corresponding question to each key point they've done. Now, this can be shorthand. I've gone to the point now with students that, you know, at the start of the lesson, they have 2 things they need to do. They have 90 seconds to read their key topic notes. Once they've done that 90 seconds, they then fold their paper over and they try to answer the questions that they've written that align to those key points without looking at their notes. That is the aim. So how they use it at the start of the lesson: 1, 90 seconds reading of the key topic notes. 2, they try to answer the key questions they've used that align the key topic points that they've researched. Moving on from that then, following this, you have a period that is absolutely vital. Okay, now if I go into a lesson, if you flipped a lesson and you then go straight back through it on a PowerPoint that you set them last night that you've just done the cooperative learning with, done the flipped learning with, you are going to be in a situation where the students are not going to do it, because you're simply regurgitating exactly what you've done on the screencast. So the key thing when they come in is that they use their own Cornell notes, they then answer their own questions, and then from that you have a variety of cooperative learning strategies that will allow student to embed the key information without reteaching it. So the key function behind cooperative learning is that they will embed key information without being retaught. Okay, and this is absolutely vital because they're actively engaged in the learning, and they're working on different tasks which will hopefully really embed their memory. Now, this will lead to extra time in your lessons. Now, extra time in the lessons is absolutely vital. It can be used for evaluation, project-based, group-based learning, and the higher ends of Bloom's taxonomy of learning, which is what we're looking for to get those students with the high grades. Okay, thank you.